Hey you guys, it's Lauren. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm really excited. Today's going to be a try this, not that. And I love these videos. I've seen them in the past. Emily Noel has done these. I've seen Casey Holmes do this. Total Makeup Junkie had a few, and I just think they're fun because they're kind of a fun twist on a makeup dupes video in that we're not always suggesting a lower priced item, although I do have some more affordable options in here, but some things you just have to put a few more dollars out for a better quality item. For example, there's two products that I have, two foundations, both that are higher end. One of the foundations offers great coverage. I love the full coverage from it, but I hate that it accentuates every single dry patch on my face. But the other foundation that I'm offering as a replacement offers the same amount of coverage and it really just looks like your skin. It's just such a beautiful foundation. And a lot of these products that are the not that products actually are products that I use a lot. They're products that live in my makeup bag, but there's just something missing about it and I just reach for the one product even that much more. So hopefully that all makes sense, and yeah, I just thought it was a fun idea and hopefully you guys enjoy, and we'll get right to it. So the first item I want to talk about is the HoloFab Bendy Avocado Concealer. So everybody has been raving about this, and I think for good reason. It's a really good concealer. It's lightweight, it brightens the skin, and it just feels like nothing on your face. It's not cakey at all, and it barely creases. It's a great concealer. But the one thing I don't like about this, I wish it had more coverage. I feel like it brightens underneath my eyes, but all of my melasma spots, I feel like they just poke right through, and I just crave more coverage from my concealers. So if you like the lightweight feel of this, I think you would love even more the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I feel like this was talked about a few years ago, but it's not talked about enough anymore. It's just so good. With this concealer, you're going to get that lightweight feel. It feels like nothing on the skin. It doesn't look cakey at all. It's just like, it looks like your skin. It's such a beautiful concealer. And the thing that I love about this is the coverage. I remember the first time I applied this, I'm like, this is going to do nothing. It feels like nothing, but oh my gosh, they pack so much pigment into this. It is crazy. You just need a few dots underneath your eye. I do one dot on each of my melasma spots, and that's all I need. It feels really lightweight, and it blends in with all of my foundations. You know how some concealers just don't work with other foundations? I find that with the ColourPop concealer, I feel like that just always breaks apart from certain foundations, but this is just a great universal concealer. I can use it with anything. I can use it alone because it blends in really nicely. It's just a great concealer. So if you tried this out and if you like it, but you just wish it had a little bit more coverage, try out the Naked Skin. You won't be disappointed. This is so, so good. Okay, and next up, let's talk palettes. So the Naked 3 palette. When I first saw this, I just knew I had to have my hands on this. I just love all these tones in here. It just has so many pretty like rose golds and some deep purples, and it's just really pretty. But the thing about this, I just felt like anytime I use this, I got the same makeup look out of it. Like my eyeshadow always just looked exactly the same, and I couldn't really mix up the looks. So I find myself reaching more for this Urban Decay Backtalk palette. This palette is so, so good. I can't believe this is another product I feel like more people don't talk about enough. I might have even included this in one of my underrated products videos. If I didn't, I feel like I probably should in the future because this needs to be talked about. It's because it's so good. But the thing about the Backtalk palette as compared to the Naked 3 palette, you'll see that there's kind of similar tones. They both have that like rose gold vibe with the purples and the deep maroons, but the Naked 3 is a much more muted version of it. I feel like the Backtalk palette just has these like pretty bright, bold colors, and you can really get a lot of different looks from the Backtalk palette. You have your deep chocolate browns over here, so you can get like a pretty bronzy look. And then you have this shade Attitude I love. It's like a pop of like maroon pink. It's just such a pretty unique color. I'm actually wearing this on my lid today. I just put a little bit just for a nice little shimmery pop in the center of the lid, and it's just so pretty. And then you have your neutral tones on the end that you can wear for every day. It's just such a great universal palette, and I feel like the formula in this is so much better. It just seems like the shadows in here are so much more smooth as compared to the Naked 3. I feel like some of the shadows in here are a little bit chalky, and they're just not as pigmented and as rich as the ones in the Backtalk palette. So yeah, just such a gorgeous palette. And then of course on the other side you have a highlight, you have, this is almost like, I use it as a blush topper. It's like a peachy champagne color. It's so pretty. And then you have a peachier blush, and then you have a mauve blush. So lots of different options in here. I love that you can take this for travel and get a lot of different looks from it. This is just one of my favorite palettes. It's so, so good. So if you're a fan of the tones in the Naked 3 palette, but you just crave more unique looks, then I really think you would like the Backtalk palette. And especially if you're a blush fan, I feel like these blushes are gorgeous. And the highlight too, I'm wearing it today. It's a pretty champagne highlight. It's just really nice for every day. I just really like it. Such a good palette. It doesn't get talked about enough. I would definitely say, yeah, give this a go. So, so good. Okay, let's talk mascaras. So I have two different mascara categories here. The first set I want to talk about is more to do with separating the lashes. The second set has more to do with the thickening. So the first mascara that I guess I'm telling you to replace is the Glossier Lash Look Mascara. Now, I really do like this mascara. I did a whole video dedicated to this. More so of what I like about it. There was some things I didn't like about it. The one thing I really missed from this was the length and the thickening. I just felt like I wanted so much more out of this. I have been using this for bottom lash mascara. I know that seems crazy to just have a mascara just for your lower lashes, but it really is great because it separates and it looks natural. You don't get any clumps from this. But yeah, I just wish I got a little bit more length from this. And the thickening as well. I know it's hard from a separating mascara to get the thickening aspect as well, but enter the Catrice Rock Couture Mascara. This mascara is so good. This is just like an all-around mascara. Anything you want from mascara, this has. It lengthens, it thickens, it separates. You don't get any clumps from this. It lasts all day. The wand is absolutely huge, so it makes for a lickety-split mascara application. You really don't have to mess with this too much, and yeah, it's just a great mascara. So yeah, if you like the separation from the Glossier mascara, but you craved a little bit more, you wanted some more length, try out the Catrice mascara. This is so, so good. Okay, on to the mascaras that do a little bit more of the thickening aspect. I want to love this so, so much. And I do. When I first apply this, I feel like my lashes look fluttery and thick, but I just wish it lasts longer. Towards the end of the day, I always end up with raccoon eyes with this. It just smudges so easily. If I'm going out for like, I don't know, maybe like a quick dinner date or a brunch or something that's gonna be quick. I wouldn't probably go to Niagara Falls with this mascara on, but I do like the thickening I get from this. But if you love the Better Than Sex mascara but just wish it lasts longer, try out the NYX Worth the Hype mascara. This is such an amazing mascara. You get the fluttery lashes like the Better Than Sex, but you don't get as much clumping from this, and it really thickens, and you just get that false lash effect. It's just so good. The one thing about this, it does dry out pretty quickly, but you can't beat the price point. I think this is like $5.99, so it's such a great deal. And I love the thick, like fluffy brush on this. It's just so great. It's very similar to the Better Than Sex brush. It's just amazing. I compare the two also in my best mascara video, so you can check that out if you want. But yeah, this is just one of my favorites. I use this all the time. So, so good. Okay, so next up, let's talk eyeliners. So you guys know I've raved about this so many times. The Sila Stay All Day eyeliner is so good. It lasts all day. It really does what it says. It's highly pigmented. It's just so amazing. But if you're not a fan of the high price tag of this and you don't always want to put out the $21 I think this is, the Makeup Revolution Fast Flick eyeliner is so good. It does the same thing this does. It lasts all day. It makes for a smooth application. It goes on really like dark and pigmented. The one thing about this as compared to the Sila, I feel like this fades a little bit throughout the day. It doesn't smudge, but just the color isn't as pigmented at the end of the day. But I'm wearing it today and it just makes for such an easy eyeliner application. I feel like the name is appropriate, the Fast Flick name, because it has like a really bendable like felt tip liner, so it's really easy to create just like an easy wing. And I've said this before, but I'm totally winged eyeliner challenge, and this just makes it easy. So in this case, there's nothing wrong with the Sila. I love this, but when I'm trying to be a little bit more strict with my budget, I go for the Makeup Revolution. This is just so good. I'm a huge fan of this. And then, okay, let's talk about brow products. So Glossier Boy Brow. This is like a cult favorite. Everybody raves about this. And it's good. It really performs well. It thickens your lashes. It darkens your lashes. It holds them in place. But but I feel like I wish the hold was a little stronger, and I wish I got a little bit more thickening from it. It does thicken, but I don't know, there's just something missing from it. I don't feel like it adds enough volume. So enter the Essence Make Me Brow. This is so much better. I love that it has fibers in it, so it really adds length and thickness to your brow hairs. It's so good, and this is like $4.99. You cannot beat this. So if you like the Boy Brow but you wish it added a little bit more thickening, then try the Essence one. This is a great product. The one thing with this, I wish there was more shades. There's only 2 shades. I have the lightest one here. I think it's a little too light for me, and the darkest is a little too dark. I just wish there was a medium tone shade, but still really good. I love this. So, coconut skin primers. Who doesn't love coconut? I know I do. It's like one of my favorite smells. So that's always what first draws me in. If a product has coconut in the name, I'm going for it. You can be certain that I'm going to buy it. But I bought the Too Faced HangoverRx, and I don't know, I just wasn't impressed. I swear I'm probably never going to get PR from Too Faced. I dedicated a whole video about this primer at the very start of my channel, and I just didn't give it the best review. And the problem with this for me is, I don't know, I feel like it doesn't do much. It's just, to me, it's just a lightweight moisturizer. It gives a nice base before makeup application. It really smooths out your skin, but I don't know, I feel like I could reach for a moisturizer if I want that. So yeah, I don't know, I just feel like this is just not worth the hype for me. But if you're looking for a primer that moisturizes your skin, it smooths out your pores, and it just adds for a smooth, hydrated base, the Hello Fab Coconut Smoothie Skin Primer is amazing. This is so good. This is probably one of my favorite primers, and I was so excited to score this on my Octoly Free store. For the longest time, I've been rationing these 2 samples that I got from Sephora, so I was so happy to see this. This is just such a good primer. It just adds a pretty glow to your skin, but it doesn't add any shimmer. It just adds for like a really just nice glowy base without any like illumination. It just looks like fresh skin. It's just so good. It does smooth out your pores, but not like a heavy silicone primer would do. It doesn't like clog your pores. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It's never broken me out. It feels so lightweight. I just love this so much. One of my favorites for sure, and it smells like coconut. It has the most divine smell. This, people say it smells like coconut. I do not smell the coconut. It kind of smells like, I don't know, kind of like stale coconut in a way. Just, I don't know, it's just not my favorite. It's just not worth the price tag. But if you're looking for a glowy primer that hydrates your skin, definitely go for the Hello Fab. This is great. One of my favorites. Love this. Okay, so let's talk about a Too Faced product that I love. So this is the product that I'm telling you to replace the Lilah B bronzer with. So let's start with the Lilah B. I'm not going to deny this is a great bronzer, but the price tag is insane. This is, I want to say $42 to $44 or something like that. It's crazy. And it is beautiful, don't get me wrong. It really blends into your skin. It just gives the most natural tan to your skin. It doesn't add any shimmer. It's just a pretty glow. I really do love it. It's just the price tag. I don't know if I could probably ever afford to buy this again. I don't know, there's just so many other great bronzers out there. I love this. I'm really going to try and ration this because I do like this, but if you love the subtle illumination this gives and the nice natural bronze, definitely try out the Too Faced Sweet Tea Bronzer. This is an awesome bronzer. It's not too warm, it's not too cool toned, and it has the same kind of like duo effect where there's 2 different shades, and when you mix them together, it just gives the most pretty glow. It's just so natural, and yeah, I just love it. And the one thing about the Sweet Tea Bronzer, it has a huge pan to it, so it just makes it really easy to go in with like a big fluffy brush. This is a little bit more difficult. You really kind of have to swirl your brush in there and really get in there. Great bronzer, but if you want the same glowy effect, this Sweet Tea Bronzer is so good. So let's talk lips. It's no secret, I've talked about this before, I'm not a huge liquid lip fan. My lips are dry at baseline, so liquid lips, I just find they always dry out my lips even more. But if you're a fan of the Anastasia liquid lips for their lasting power, I think they last amazingly well. I love these for weddings because they really stay put even through eating and drinking. But if you feel like they're a little drying, which I do, I just feel like they make your lips look all puckered. You can see every line and every texture in your lips. Try the Bare Minerals Gen Nudes liquid lips. These are so good. They're so like lightweight and airy. It almost feels like a lip mousse. They're just so good. I'm wearing the shade today. This is called Swag, and they just go on so easily. I'll show you. You almost like don't even need a mirror with it. They just look so good. I touched up, but I didn't even have to touch up because they last a long time. The Anastasia ones definitely last longer, but if you don't like that they're drying and you just crave a more lightweight liquid lip, the Bare Minerals Gen Nudes are so good, and they have so many pretty nude colors. Oh my gosh, I definitely need to pick up some more because these are awesome. Just so many great shades, and I just love the formula. Okay, and last but not least, let's talk about that foundation that I was mentioning in the beginning. So the Milk Makeup Blur Liquid Foundation gives such high coverage. If you like a glam makeup look, I feel like you would really like this, but you really have to prep your skin with this. For me anyway, for me it accentuates texture. You can see every dry patch. I feel like it accentuates my fine lines. It feels heavy on the skin. I don't know, it just feels just cakey. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the finish of this. Now in pictures, I remember wearing this, I think I wore it to a wedding, and I remember seeing a picture of myself. I'm like, oh my god, my skin looks so good. What was I wearing? And I remembered it was the Milk Makeup Foundation, but up close it's just kind of scary. So if you want something that's high coverage and looks like skin, give the CoverFX Power Play Foundation a try. This is such a pretty finish. They call it a soft matte finish. To me, it just means more of like a satin, a cross between a matte and a satin foundation. I'm wearing it today with the Hello Fab primer underneath, and I love that combo because it doesn't like suck the life out of your skin. They just work so well together. But this foundation is high coverage, but it doesn't look cakey at all. It spreads really nicely. The Milk Makeup is almost like putting concealer all over your face. It's really hard to spread, but this, the littlest bit goes a long way. It's really emollient, it spreads really easily. You don't need a lot. The only thing with this, so the packaging is kind of nice in that it's plastic, so you don't have to worry about it breaking, but it's so hard to squeeze the actual bottle to get foundation out of this. That kind of drives me nuts, but it's a great foundation. I love the finish of it, and I just love that it's high coverage and it looks skin-like. It blends in evenly, and it's just so pretty. One of those foundations that you can just wear and be confident in knowing that it's going to stay put, it's not going to fade, and it's never going to like break up and look cakey on your skin. So yeah, one of my favorite foundations for sure. I've been wearing this like crazy. I love this one, and I have, just as reference for you guys, I have the shade, I think this is, number 40. It's a huge shade range, so you will definitely find your shade, but get matched in Sephora because I tried to order this online and it was way too light for me. I think I was thinking of the MAC shade range, so I think I initially went for an N25, but it was way too light. So go a few shades up on this if you're picking this out. But yeah, this is a great foundation. Try this if you want a lightweight, high coverage foundation that looks like skin. So that is all the products I have for you guys today. This was really fun. I love these kind of like makeup dupe videos. I always love finding better options, cheaper options. I know everything wasn't a cheaper option. I think most of them were, but just really fun. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I also wanted to give a huge shout out to all the Samantha March subscribers that came over to my channel. You guys are amazing. She's amazing. I cannot believe she did that. I just love her so much. She's just the best. But yeah, I'm so glad you guys are here, and yeah, thank you for being here, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys.